Welcome back, my chosen ones. I hope that you're feeling so blessed and so loved. Today, we're going to tap in. We're going to find out what messages we have for you. I hope you guys had a beautiful weekend. We do have the full moon that's taking place tonight. So energetically, you may be feeling restless. You may just be feeling sad. Just know that this moon is going to bring in immense healing. It's going to help align us to the path that we want to live in. It's going to help us let go of certain things that are definitely out of alignment in our life. Okay, we do have Newton here enjoying one of his treats. He's going to bring in a lot of positive, calming energy as he is our spiritual assistant. He loves these dental chews. They make him drool, so you might see him drool. And that's okay, huh? Okay, guys, let's tap in. Let's find out what messages we have for you. Please keep in mind that this is a general reading, so please only take what resonates. What messages do we have for the chosen ones? Look at Justice, the first card out, 10 of Wands. What messages do we have for the chosen ones? Look at this, the World. Okay, I'm going to read the energy here. With the Justice card, I feel like there's balance being restored in your life. Truth is being revealed here. My energy just keeps being drawn to this 10 of Wands energy. I'm sorry if I said 10 of Swords. It's 10 of Wands. I feel like what I'm being drawn into is that you are in this constant state of survival. And that's why it definitely felt like 10 of Swords energy, just this deep anguish. But this is you literally shielding yourself from such terrible energies. You were in a lot of battles that you were fighting this alone. There's an energy here of just feeling so overwhelmed. You were in constant survival mode, constant warfare. There wasn't justice, there wasn't balance. It was like the truth was always hidden. There was somebody always deceitful, creating this energy of you always needing to be in the survival energy. And finally, things are being restored. You're no longer going to have to carry this weight of the world. You're no longer going to be in this unbalanced, this unjust reality. Things are definitely shifting, and the truth is shifting you out of this survival mode, and you're moving into this energy of creation. And that's what the divine wants for you. The divine wants for you to move out of survival and into this beautiful creation with the World. This is confirmation that there's this time in your life, the past is completed. Your mission of this warfare, of this constant battle, is definitely completed. And now you're shifting into something higher, into something that is going to feel good. You're going to create the reality that you truly want to live in. It's like you have this energy of being this manifester in life now. It's like you're tapping in. This is why a lot of you, why you're feeling very disconnected, because you're literally in between these two worlds. You're connecting to your divine powers. You're connecting to your gifts. You're releasing this survival mode. There's chemicals in your brain that just got so used to always having to prepare for the worst. And in your mind, it always went to worst case scenario, because anything underneath that, you felt like there was a better chance of survival. It was not fair what you went through. Your survival, I just feel like since you were little, was always in this high impact energy. And it's caused a lot of fear. It's caused a lot of stress. It's like thrown off your nervous system, very dysregulated. And now the divine is coming towards you and saying, okay, it's okay to find your peace. You no longer are going to be creating experiences or living through these battles that you did in the past, because that's complete. That's done. You've succeeded. You've passed. You've won. So now let's shift into creation, where the peace, the harmony, the love, the light, the abundance is there. Not many people would have survived what you survived It was very unjust for justice to come out as the first card. It was you fighting alone. It was you fighting multiple people at one time. Spiritual warfares, physical warfares. You were in a constant state of warfare. And now it's time to recalibrate your energy, restore, repair. This is your rebirth. What messages do we have for the chosen ones, please? A lot of wand energy. Okay. We have the 9 of Wands, the 2 of Wands, and the 3 of Pentacles. Even though you have always felt very almost wounded, you always had to protect your energy. You had to protect your space. You protected other people. You protected other communities, other environments, not only here in the physical, but in the spiritual as well too, because you are a divine warrior of light. Your mission was very challenging in this lifetime. So even when you felt wounded, you still fought. And now it's like you have the world in the palm of your hands. This is you in this creation energy. This is you creating the world that you want to live in. Your future is very, very bright. You're no longer standing in the battlefield. You're no longer going to be wounded from people, places, things, situations, warfares anymore, because it's truly over. It's completed. There were a lot of divine lessons you had to learn. And I feel like there were a lot of relationships in your life, family members, friends, romantic partners, that taught you such valuable lessons about yourself, of how much of a giver you truly are. I feel like it was very difficult for you to work with other people because you had a lot of people intimidated by your light. You had a lot of people that put a lot of negative energy towards you because you carried something within yourself that they felt that didn't exist within them. You're very, very honest. You're very ethical. When other people like you for you, it changed other people's perception of you. They just felt like you were so blessed and that you had everything going for you. They didn't know the battles that you were encountering. They didn't know the world that you were living in. They didn't know how you grew up. They didn't know that this was just you living life to the best of your ability, and that you do have these divine gifts. You do carry this special light, that there are people that are very, very drawn to you, whether they were positive or negative. You know, whatever energy they carried, you had a lot of people that were very attracted to your light. You have chosen one of the most difficult missions here on this planet, and it was literally transmuting darkness all around you. Even when you felt like you were sleeping, you were never sleeping. You were constantly working. You were constantly in this warfare of dark versus light, light versus dark. And the truth is, you won. You've succeeded that mission beyond what anybody else could have. They couldn't survive what you survived. You're a very powerful light being here on this planet. You may not see it yet, but I feel like this is what you're awakening to. And you're going to start creating from the power of what you truly are. What messages do we have for the chosen ones? Spiritually, you're extremely advanced. Because you went through so much in this warfare, it kind of kept you stabilized in this fight or flight, in this survival mode. And now everything is new. And so the unfamiliar, the unknown feels like a threat because you needed to know what was your next move in order for you to survive. But that's no longer in your frequency because you're in this brand new frequency, this brand new world. It's going to feel light. Everything in your life is going to feel light. There's happiness, there's joy. This is your rebirth. This is your new beginning. This is your fresh start to a reality which you deserve. You have gone through so much, and now it's time for you. Now it's time for you to create the happiness, the joy, the life that you were truly meant to live. You did have missions here on this planet, which you completed, which you survived. So congratulations on that. What messages do we have for the chosen ones? When we're in this sense of creation, look at, we have the tower and we have the sun, but when we're in this sense of creation, it's challenging us to let go of the way that our mind worked in the past. We're seeing where we're always preparing for what's coming my way. You're trying to sense and feel the energy constantly of what's happening in your world. And it's trusting that you're safe now, trusting that you're no longer in this warfare, trusting that whatever direction that you're being nudged to is for your greater good. Like everything in the past that was causing you disharmony, that was causing you pain, is truly crumbling. Everything in your life is changing. The tower doesn't always represent something bad. It represents change. It represents things that are falling away. Destruction on the path that kept you in a destructive energy in your mindset, because truly you are the sun. You are the star. You're the sun. This is the life that you wanted to live, in happiness and positivity. Look at all the positivity that you bring. Your energy brings light. Your energy brings peace to others. And that's the world. That's the reality you've always wanted to live in. That's why you kept bringing it to every single situation that you were in. It was your light that helped you win the battles. It was your light that carried you from one situation to the next, that kept you going, that kept you in the survival. That's why you truly survived. You're a very powerful light being here on this planet, and you've made such a difference. You've helped this planet grow. You've helped this planet survive. Your light, your mission was so important. And now it's time to create. Now it's time for you to live the life that you truly desire, that you truly deserve. Justice is being restored back into your life. Balance, harmony, love, abundance. Look at rest with the Four of Swords. What messages do we have for the chosen ones? Okay, and I want to draw some closeout cards too, while I have the deck in my hand. Okay. All right, let's see what we have here. Okay, we have the Four of Swords. This is you, where the divine is saying, rest now, rest, repair, recalibrate, rejuvenate for your rebirth. Definitely for your rebirth. It's like you're sitting on solid ground now. You see the water underneath this Queen of Cups, holding her wish fulfillment. Finally, you're going to be on stable ground. You're no longer in that warfare. You can put your swords down. And you can truly rest. The divine has you covered. So with the Page of Swords, life felt very, very tough. It felt very unfamiliar. I just felt like you went from one situation to the next, and you were ready. You were ready, and you were waiting for what was coming towards you, because you knew it was going to be heavy. You knew that somehow it was going to change your life. But it was the energy, it was the dark forces that you were fighting. This is what made you feel very fearful in trusting people, trusting situations, or trusting that good was coming towards you. You've experienced a lot of pain, a lot of heartbreak. There's a lot of people who you should have been able to trust, that you found out in life that they were only thinking about themselves. They weren't worried about you. They weren't worried about your survival. They saw that you went through, and they really only thought about themselves. And you were shocked because you were such a giver. You gave so much in this lifetime. You've helped so many other people find their peace, find their harmony. All you've ever wanted was for people to feel healed, to feel loved, to feel seen, to be understood. You gave so much of what you wanted to just feel in this lifetime, and nobody gave that to you. Except you did encounter a lot of pain. That's what you felt life was about. There was so much pain, so much hurt, so much stress, and you were just tired. So you're walking away from that. You're moving towards something better. You're moving towards what the divine is bringing you. The divine is bringing you your blessing in overflow. The divine is bringing you this ability for you to create the reality that you want, to move away from the mindset of survival. This is you moving away from the mindset that you're under attack and that life is filled with darkness, because you're shifting into the higher frequency where there's light, where there's love, where there's abundance, there's this peace. The divine, this is the divine handing this to you. This is your new beginning. This is your abundance. This is your love. This is you creating the world that you've always wanted to live in. It's just shifting out of that mindset of feeling that something bad's coming, or what is coming next, or what is my next heaviness that I'm going to encounter, or what's my next betrayal. It's shifting out of that because all of those were experiences from the past, and now you're creating the life of this present moment. What else do the chosen ones need to know about, please? You felt very blindsided in life. Nothing felt safe. It didn't matter where you moved. It didn't matter what situation. And I feel like a lot of situations, people came into your life and they, like, you may have physically moved, or you emotionally moved, you spiritually moved, but nothing felt safe. Everything felt very blindsided. And it was always surrounded by something that just felt like it was attacking you. You've had to make a lot of difficult decisions in your life. You were definitely always in this state of healing. For some of you, you went through this deep, immense spiritual awakening where you saw the truth. And from that point, you started making decisions for your greater good, for your blessings. Because look at here, we have the Ace of Cups. So we have the Ace of Wands, we have the Ace of Cups. This is your overflow. This is, again, the divine bringing you your wish fulfillment. All of these cups, everything that's happening in your life now is overflow, overflow of abundance, overflow of love, overflow of joy, overflow of creation, creating the life, the reality that you truly want. So the divine is saying, help yourself by sitting, if you can, okay, 10 minutes of gratitude a day. And this will help change the thought patterns, the mind patterns that you've had to create in order to survive the past. But that no longer is your reality. You have a brand new beginning here. So if you can, just 10 minutes a day by sitting in this gratitude, that's going to change the pathways of how your mind needed to go in the past prior to this, because you're creating a whole new mindset. You're creating a whole new reality. So therefore, things from the past, you can't bring them into that energy, and it's pulling you out of that loop that something negative is going to happen, or somebody's going to come in and do something to you or take away your blessings. But the divine is hand delivering this to you. Okay, you guys, here is your message, sending you so much love and so much light, and we will see you in our next video.